Hey, what's going on, everyone? Um, I normally don't do a lot of weekday streams unless if they're on Friday, but I figured since I'm getting pretty close to 700, which I never thought was going to be, this possible this quickly, I figured why not? Let's see if I do get to 700 by the end of this night. So I probably won't be going on for too long, probably a little around 2 hours. I know that maybe certain subscribers, normally the ones that I interact with, hey CJH, what's going on? They're probably at Ramble Ralph live stream. It's quite possible that's the case. So this possibly might turn into a hangout if people are down for that. So it's up to y'all. And I'm pretty sure I got everything. Let me do a little window tab move placement. So yeah. So I got one person, might have a few. I guess it depends. If this was Friday night, might be a different story, but a lot of people like to go out on Friday nights, so yeah, that's always going to be the case. I'm even curious just to see when was my last live stream before this one. It was 2 weeks ago, apparently. That was like the longest I ever went. Over 6 hours and 30 minutes, so yeah, I must have done pretty good then. Excuse me. I noticed off to my left, something that StreamYard, I guess, recently put in. I saw something about demo scenes. So I have no idea what that's about, but I really don't care to mess with that feature for the time being, so we'll see. But yeah. Let's see. Okay, I'm going to push. Oh, sorry. Push this aside. All right. Okay, I moved something that shouldn't really be in there. Unfortunately, the shadow's being reflected, but it is what it is. So I guess we'll see who's going to be coming in the chat. I could probably invite people, send the links to Instagram, but I'll see if anybody wants to come in. I guess we'll find out. So we'll find out. Were you wanting to come in, CJH? I mean, it's up to you. If not, it's understandable. If you want to come in for free. But let me know in the chat if you want to. Okay. I'm going to open up Instagram and see what happens. But okay. Are your batteries low? But you can in a few. Oh yeah, I don't think you have Instagram. It's up to you. I mean, maybe I'll try to put it in the chat and then I'll delete it rather quickly. But yeah, I could possibly do that. I just don't want any unexpected people trying to come in here. Okay. Let's see. Okay. But you have to make it quick if you're going to. You're still in the chat, I assume, right? I just want to make sure. So Yeah. Okay. All right. Okay, I'm going to give you 30 seconds. Hopefully you see the link and you'll be able to come in, and I'm going to... Okay, got it? Yep, I deleted it. Yeah, sorry about that. Okay, you got it. Hopefully you did. Someone should be coming here momentarily. CJ should be coming in here. We'll see what happens. Hey, can you hear me okay?
Hey, yeah.
It's been a while, I'd say.
Yeah.
But how you been holding up?
I've been good, making content and growing as a YouTuber.
Yeah, aren't we all, right?
Taking it a little bit more seriously than I was a few years ago. So
That's okay. The outlook and your channel can always evolve and grow, right?
Yep.
Yep. Yeah. Well, I can't even remember the last time I streamed on middle of the week. It's probably been quite some time, but it is what it is.
Yeah.
But yeah.
I even got a better mic as well.
That's good.
Yeah.
I probably should get a better mic at some point. I just haven't gotten around to it. I just don't know which one to really go for.
Yeah.
I assume everything is pretty much good with you.
Yeah. Just like I said, I just dropped a Howard the Duck review, kind of as a joke, because I guess people didn't like my Black Adam review, so I purposely made the Howard the Duck review a 10 out of 10.
I actually don't hate Howard the Duck. It's not a perfect movie, but it's a...
Me neither. I think it's all right, but
yeah, it's a fun little movie. I mean, I always wanted that little disintegrator gun that Howard used. So I thought that was like a cool little weapon, but it is what it is.
I did at the end though, like I was like joking. It's actually 5 out of 10.
Yeah. I'd probably give it like a 6 out of 7, just for entertainment value. Yeah. But yeah. Oh yeah, you just mentioned. Is everything okay with your headset? Do you need to get it charged up? Or are you charging it?
Well, I'm charging the main one. Yeah, I'm just using the Xbox One now.
Okay.
So, which is also low on battery, but
it's also low.
It'll do. Yeah. It'll do.
It shall do.
Yeah. I was on a bunch of live streams lately, so one that was like it was like 3 days worth of almost like 14 hours live stream on Little Movie Perps. So
yeah,
that took up most of the battery power. So
yeah, I mean, I tried doing a stream with I think it was wireless. Well, eventually it was wireless, but it kept messing up. Like even when I charged it, it was still messing up. And I eventually said, you know what, I'm just going to return this. I bought this on Amazon. So
yeah,
I even bought another one, which actually wasn't wireless, and it seemed to do pretty decent for what it was. Yeah. But the little thing where you stretch out the earmuffs, apparently, I think it got, or at least one of the, somewhere around the line, it got messed up and it broke. But cheap plastic,
Yeah, yeah. Mine's kind of held together by tape, but it's convenient when you're like gotta go to the kitchen or something, and like you still want to listen to
Yeah, I understand. Then I saw in one of your other videos, I noticed that apparently you think the Alien on Earth TV series could be setting up another AVP movie.
I think so. Yeah. the trailer had a Predator sound effect, but I
Hmm.
also think that's where they're heading anyway. Is an AVP reboot. Whether or not Ridley Scott wants that or not, it's I guess it's not really up to him anymore.
What's going on, Alter? What's up, man? That's cool. I'm glad you're able to stop by and say hi.
Yeah. Yeah, I noticed that video kind of took off on my channel too, which is surprising because I don't know. I feel like I didn't really put that much effort into it, mainly because my CapCut subscription died. So, and I couldn't pay it, so
Right.
I couldn't put as much effort as I do with the other videos.
It's okay. I mean, it did get it did get more views than your previous videos. It's already at 200 plus. So yeah, that's
Yeah, yeah,
something.
yeah. All the Dexter ones have blown up too. Like
Uh
people like
huh.
I don't know if it's the way I narrate the Dexter videos because I do it almost like how he narrates the show. I kind of did that monotone, slow, creepy.
No
you know,
worries.
maybe people like that. I don't know.
Maybe you were dropping some knowledge. Maybe.
Yeah, yeah. Could have easily been the whole, what's that type of podcast that everyone listens to? The true crime stuff. Maybe that resonates with people.
I guess. Hey, it just depends on what the viewers like.
Yeah. I'll probably eventually review Planet of the Apes. It's one of my favorite franchises.
Yep, you're gonna start with the original one, the one that started it all, huh?
You know what? I should actually. I should do all of them.
Oh, you're okay.
Yeah.
You,
I'm
you
more of the newer ones, right?
oh, the newer ones. Okay,
Yeah,
I didn't
yeah.
know.
But I do like the original too, so I might, tap into that.
What's going on, John? Glad to see you in here. If you want to come in, you're more than welcome. But if you got stuff going on, it's cool, man. It's all good. Definitely saw your last video. You definitely made some good points in that for sure. So it's up to you, man. If you
Hmm.
want to come in, feel free. Not, it's
I
all
was
good.
expecting people not to like my review of Captain America.
Are we talking?
The
Which one? Are we talking the 1990 version or the
the
2011?
the newest one. I was
2011.
surprised because I ended up enjoying it. I'm surprised people didn't hate on that, but hate on the video, but
I thought it was a pretty solid first entry. You know.
yeah.
Okay, man. No worries. Got stuff going on. No worries, man.
Yeah.
It's all good.
So
But
what
yeah,
have you been working on?
nothing at the moment. But I might got something planned, especially with Amazon buying out James Bond. I might do a little music, you know, tributes or at least the musical sweet highlights that I like from, let's say, the Living Daylights. Because I like Timothy Dalton as James Bond. I think he's probably my favorite. I mean, don't get me wrong. You know, Connery and Moore, they're equally great. I give them that. But I mean, I have to kind of rewatch them. And it, did anyone? Did I don't know if you've seen all the James Bond films. I don't know if you saw Diamonds Are
I've
Forever.
That's the one franchise that I have a hard time getting into.
Oh, really?
Even the newest ones, I just something about it, which is funny because I love that genre. I just can't get into James Bond for some reason.
No, yeah, I understand. It's not for everyone.
Yeah, yeah. Like I love the Kingsman movies. Like those are great, but somehow I don't know.
Well, apparently I'm at 700, but you know how that can change. It can drop down. So,
Oh yeah,
so
the
now let's.
second you announce that, the haters always dislike or unsub. That's usually how it goes.
Right. So it's cool. If
You got
supposedly I reached 700, but I'm not going to celebrate just yet. When I'm past 700, then I'll celebrate. So
yeah,
that's how.
that's usually how you're supposed to do it. Like wait till at least 710 or 720, and then be like,
Yeah.
yeah.
Somewhere after 705 is where I'm going to probably, say that, hey, I've made it to 700. I mean, it took me a while, but hey, not everyone's going to, now everyone's going to have a big following and all that stuff. So yeah,
No.
I don't exactly have a big following myself. Anything movie related, any kind of movie review that I've done, I haven't done it for a while because I mean, my last review was Deep Rising, but it was something similar to what I did to like what Oliver Harper does with his reviews. I don't know if you're familiar with that channel.
Drop the link in the private chat and I'll check it out.
Yeah, let me see. Let me see if I can find it. It looks like I might have to go a little further down. Okay, yep, I do actually. Okay, there we go. Now we have the at Oliver Harper. Okay, no, that's going to do that, but yeah. Where's the chat? Okay, there you go. That's Mr. Oliver Harper himself.
Okay.
Does a lot of retro reviews and stuff like that. He does commentaries.
Oh, I'm already subscribed, actually.
So yeah, you're definitely familiar with him.
Yeah. Don't have notifications on though. I gotta change that because I do like his setup.
Yeah,
and his thumbnails are pretty good too.
Yeah. Yeah, I was doing that review kind of like similar how Oliver Harper did it, but of course, I'm doing my own thing, and it's not 30 minutes. It was close, but it was like I detailed, some of the things like I talked about the cast members, each one specifically, what they've done. I even showed like the box office results and stuff like that because I don't know how much it did internationally, but I don't think the numbers were much better. I don't know if you've ever seen Deep Rising that had Treat Williams in it.
Deep Horizon. Yeah. That's the guy from Jurassic Park, right?
Are you talking about the actor? Or director?
Oh, no. Deep Horizon. Wait.
That's Stephen Sommers. He's the one that, he'd go on to do The Mummy. That's probably what you're thinking of.
Oh, yeah. I'm thinking of, what's the one where they put the hole in the paper and it's like a wormhole?
What's up, Gone with John? How you doing, man? Thanks for stopping by. I've had two Johns stop by. That's nice. That's good. That's very good. Very good. Yes, I'm keeping it up. I'm going to do what I can to keep everything up. So, yeah. So. Anyways, what were you saying? I didn't mean to cut you off.
Yeah. The guy from Jurassic Park. What's that movie?
Who directed it, or who was the stars in it?
He was a star. The Sam guy.
You mean Sam O'Neill? Alan Parker?
Yeah. Event Horizon. That's what I was thinking of.
That's it. That was Paul W. Sanderson.
Yeah.
Yeah, I wanted to do it. I wanted to really finish that review back in 2023, but I was doing everything myself, and it was definitely not an easy review to do, because I had to put certain clips in a certain way and edit the music and all that good stuff. It took me quite a bit of time just to do that. It was mainly a tribute to Treat Williams because he sadly passed away due to a motorcycle accident, and he was in his early 70s, but he was still doing pretty well. I mean, health wise, and then unfortunately, I think one of the person that hit him, I think, ran a light or something like that, or I don't remember what it was specifically, but that's what happened. have to kind of go back and look on it, but it should never have happened. Otherwise, he'd probably be alive.
Yeah. Yeah, I try to keep my reviews kind of short, kind of like Jeremy John's.
Yeah, I know that Zero Cool. I don't know if you ever interact with him. Probably not, but he keeps his reviews pretty short. They're usually under 10 minutes for the most part, unless if it's a film that he really enjoys and is passionate about. So that could be a difference there. But lately, his reviews have
Oh
been pretty
yeah.
short. So yeah, yeah. Pumpkinhead, Phantom. Well, Casino did go over 10 minutes. So yeah, but most of his reviews had been under 10 minutes, except for his rant on Joker too. I don't know if you ever saw that one.
Oh, I saw that one in theater. So my view on that one is I totally understand why people didn't like it.
Right,
I kind of enjoyed it, and I got what they were trying to do. But I also, like I said, I understand why the audience hated it.
right.
Yeah,
I haven't seen it yet, so
yeah. So I guess it's one of those movies you have to watch and like come up with your own opinion type thing. You know what I mean?
yeah,
'Cause if you go in there like not thinking that this is a comic book movie, then it's enjoyable.
hmm,
The second you go in being like, "Oh, it's gonna be a Batman Joker type movie," it's not that. You know what I mean?
well, I pretty much figured it's not going to be like that. I mean,
Yeah.
yeah, was there? I mean, was did Bruce Wayne ever make an appearance? I mean, I understand they might.
No, no. It was more of an artsy, type
Yeah,
movie, right?
right,
And the second you like expect that of it, it's more enjoyable that way versus going in and being like, I want a comic book movie. You know what I mean?
right. I know what you mean.
Yeah. And I think that's where the disconnect with the audience was, is that they expected a comic book movie.
Right. Well, I don't know if they. I think they expected to. I understand what happens in the end. I don't think they expected that type of ending. I think making it all feel like it was.
Which is funny because Gotham does the same thing, the show Gotham. So it's not like out of the ordinary for them to do something like that.
Right.
Yeah. But like I said, I can totally see why the audience rejected it.
Yeah. I don't have plans to see it anytime soon, so we'll see on that. But yeah, I mean, I did act. Now that I think about it, I can't believe I never brought this up. I did see The Last Breath, that new movie with Woody Harrelson. Pretty decent movie. It's not a very long movie, but I thought it was a solid flick for sure.
I wish I knew how these movie reviewers get all their like visual content. You know what I mean? Clips for the movies. I use a site called Clip Cafe, but it
Hmm.
only has so many clips. You know what I mean?
I'm not familiar with Clip Cafe. I'm not, so I wouldn't know much.
Yeah, yeah. So I'm not sure where everyone else gets their stuff. You know what I mean?
Well, I'm. It depends on. I'm able to have it depends on what certain movies I have, like, or if I'm able to somehow download the clips from YouTube somehow, and I can edit them. Like I didn't like the Roadhouse tribute, for example. I was able to download, pictures and then certain clips from that, and of course I didn't have the dialogue and from that clip turned on. Usually I had the soundtrack kind of override that. So
Yeah.
it all depends. If I'm doing a review of something, then maybe I might, show an example and show that clip for like X amount of seconds. But yeah. Hey, what's going on, man? Just want to say, well, for right now, I do have 700, but that can easily change anytime. So I'm not going to congratulate and pat myself on the back for 700 just yet, because it can easily drop back down to 697, 698, knocking out soon. Hey, don't we all? We all got to work and be on our grind, right? So yeah, but thanks for stopping by. You're more than welcome. I understand you can't come in, but if you want to hang out in the chat, feel free. Keep away certain bad people from the chat.
I'll say this about doing the YouTube. Once you get in the routine of like uploading daily, then you get in the routine of just, uploading at all. You know what I mean? Like, you get into the habit of enjoying doing it, right?
Yeah, it depends. I just haven't really quite got the time, mainly because been on another type of grind. I'm trying to really get back into being healthy and be in shape. I worked out earlier because there's a gym where I work out. There's actually a gym inside, and that's what I like. And it's not bad. And yeah, I'm down for another live commentary. You mentioned we should do one for Street Fighter 1994. I'm definitely down for that. Do it on this channel. And maybe I'll do a little preview clips here and there, just to get, my subs exciting for it, And if you want to, CJH, you're more than welcome to join. If you got stuff going on, it's cool. It's going to be next Saturday. So I don't know if you've ever seen the 1994 Street Fighter movie. So yeah.
No, I haven't. I don't think.
Yeah.
I didn't even know there was a movie about that.
Yeah, they did. Yeah, they did one. It had Jean-Claude Van Damme and Raul Julia in it. And it wasn't really quite his last film. He had one more.
Oh, I recognize this photo. Yeah, I never saw it, but I recognize this poster.
Right. It's not going to win any awards or anything of that sort, but it's definitely a fun movie for sure. And maybe didn't quite, be like, it didn't quite have the style of the games, but it still had Jean-Claude Van Damme, and Raul Julia did a great job as Bison. He's probably easily the best actor in that movie, and he definitely gave another great performance, before he passed away due to stomach cancer. So
it does have like this video game style, like this.
Yeah, maybe it didn't quite follow the video games. Yeah,
the color grading. Yeah,
maybe
the look of it.
The look and the costumes, I thought, were pretty easily well in line with each other. I know that at one point it wasn't going to quite be like the games, like the costume design. It was going to be more of a spy thriller type, but I think they changed it at the last minute. So that's some good news. So yeah.
Sometimes I wish James Cameron had gotten the rights to make the Spider-Man movie. Just, as a what if, you know what I mean?
I think the script could have been worked, worked out some issues. I think it's been a while since I've read it, but I thought it was interesting, It
would be nice as a TV movie,
I don't know. You definitely need to have a theatrical type of movie for Spider-Man. That's for sure.
Yeah.
If you're doing a very low budget, then maybe it could be for TV, but I don't know.
Yeah.
Now, if you're doing a highly budgeted, TV movie, it could be possible, but
yeah, that's what I mean. Like, yeah, because you could set it in the world of the, Incredible Hulk, Captain America, that type of, Spider-Man Strikes Back, that type of stuff.
The Spectacular Spider-Man.
Uh,
Or
I'm more of a '90s Spider-Man animated series guy.
oh yeah, the one that aired back on Fox. Yeah,
Yeah,
I somehow managed to get back before. I guess I don't know if the seller is even around on eBay, but I managed to get like a bootleg HD version of all the Spider-Man episodes, all the
I
seasons.
actually wish Disney would release the physical copies of all of them because it was hard finding the
Hmm.
originals, right?
I didn't know about that. It's kind of
They were just usually separate DVDs and whatnot.
yeah. I remember they released some episodes. I don't think they released all of them. I know
Yeah,
supposedly they did do all the seasons
on
for X, or
Disney.
not
Yeah,
on DVD. That's what I'm referring to. But
yeah.
I don't think it was ever the case for Spider-Man, unfortunately. And I imagine that was a popular show right after X-Men. You know, because it aired on Fox Kids back in the day. That's how I knew about that show. Um,
You know what one I enjoyed? It was Fantastic Four: World's Greatest Heroes. I don't know if you ever watched that. The anime of Fantastic Four.
Sadly, I don't think I ever did. No,
Yeah, that was one of my favorite takes on the Fantastic Four.
that's cool. I mean, was this? How long ago was the show? Was this recent or like years ago?
This was 2000 something. Fantastic Four: World's Greatest Heroes animated series. 2006.
2006. How long did it run for?
I think it had a couple DVDs. Uh, ran to 2010.
Okay. Did this air on a TV network, or was this actually just like a straight to DVD series?
So only one season, 26 episodes.
Hmm.
Funny enough, Dan Slott wrote one of the episodes.
Dan Slott, who's that?
The writer of Spider-Man, one of the Spider-Man comics.
Interesting.
I think that's let me double check. Pretty sure. Yeah, that's who it is. Yeah, he wrote The Amazing Spider-Man, She-Hulk, Silver Surfer, Superior Spider-Man, Tony Stark, Iron Man, Mighty Avengers, Fantastic Four, Arkham Asylum, Living Hell, Batman Adventures.
Seems like he wrote a lot of comic related stuff. That's cool.
Yeah. But he's mostly famous for The Amazing Spider-Man.
Yep.
Yeah. I'm not sure how I feel about the DCU. It
I
is
don't know.
what it is. I think they're setting it up for failure, to be honest.
I mean, how does how did the trailer of the new Superman look to you? I mean,
Looks low budget.
really?
Yeah. I like the vibe of it, but it looks low budget.
Really? And how how much did they spend? I mean, just even though they have a big budget behind it, it just screams low budget because maybe they must have really paid a lot of people. So
Yeah.
yeah, Nicholas Holt next. It's. I mean,
I think there might be hope for him as Lex Luthor.
who Nicholas
But
Holt?
other than that, yeah, I think maybe he could I could see him carrying the film.
Okay, doesn't reveal a budget, at least not in Wikipedia. Then again, Wikipedia is not the reliable source of info. So let me see what IMDb says. Maybe I'm assuming he'll at least be better than Jesse Eisenberg. He was woefully miscast as Lex Luthor. I'm sure I don't know if you liked him as Lex Luthor, but
I actually
uh,
enjoyed his Lex Luthor, but
really,
I don't.
hmm.
Yeah, it was a different take. My view on the Snyder stuff: if they had come out and said those were Elseworld stories, then I think they would have been accepted more, and not the main storyline. You know what I mean?
Sorry, can you? What was wrong with the main storyline and everything? What were you saying?
So I didn't like the fact that the Snyderverse was the main DCU or
Mm,
DCEU. So had they just said it was an Elseworlds,
right. Okay.
thing, that would have been okay.
Of course. I mean,
Yeah.
I didn't care much for Justice League. I mean, I didn't fully hate it, but I can tell something was just off. It felt a bit rushed, and of course, there was
Oh,
the whole the
well,
theatrical cut.
there's
I haven't
yeah.
seen the Snyder.
Oh, the
The
Snyder cut is much better. I will say that.
Yeah, it seemed like
Um,
everything, especially when you have Dark Side in it. And the guy who voiced him, I don't know who it was. I don't know what else he's done before that, but his voice pretty much suited Dark Side for sure. So that was probably
yeah.
one of the few highlights. And I've seen what happens with Steppenwolf. I know they definitely changed his armor and everything. It's completely different from the theatrical cut.
Yeah. Oh yeah, the theatrical cut was garbage.
Yeah, that
But
was Josh
it's
Whedon that
very
directed.
clearly that they sabotaged that film.
Yeah, I wonder if there'll be a J.J. Abrams cut of Rise of Skywalker, like it was rumored, back a few years ago.
I doubt it. I've kind of with the sequel trilogy, I feel like I've accepted that they exist. But other than that, I you know what I
I mean,
mean?
sadly, some worse things came. Like I heard the Acolyte was probably the worst thing, even worse than Last Jedi. I heard,
Yeah.
and
I mean,
Kathleen Kennedy squandered so much fucking money in that show, like you wouldn't believe.
yeah.
Thinking that she was, oh, we just keep spending money. Maybe they'll watch it or get some good ownership.
I will say this though, they did make a mistake of canceling it too soon.
Well,
And
that's
it's only because most shows, like, let's say Breaking Bad, for example, had that come out today, I don't think it would have got past the second season.
really.
Yeah, it's a little bit slow. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I haven't even
Doesn't yeah.
fully watched Breaking Bad. I probably should, just
Same
because
with
everyone's.
Daredevil. I think Daredevil would have been canceled the first season too.
Yeah, wasn't there
So
like is it
you kind of got to give some of these shows a little bit of time to like get an audience. You know what I mean?
right?
Yeah. And that's where, like, at least give it a second season and then cancel it if you're gonna cancel it. You know what I mean?
Right.
See where it's going. You know what I mean?
Yeah, maybe.
Same with Clone Wars too. Like, people hated Clone Wars when that
No,
first
really.
came out.
Yeah,
Yeah, they hated Ahsoka, and then, well, now everyone loves it. So,
Ahsoka, the TV show, the one with
oh
Rosario
no,
Dawson.
no, no, the
Oh, not
Clone
not
Wars, the
just the Clone Wars.
animated.
Okay.
Yeah.
I just when you said Ahsoka, I didn't know if you were referring to the
Oh yeah,
recent
no.
show.
People hated Ahsoka, like the whole Snips thing. Like
Hmm,
when that Clone Wars movie came out, people hated it.
gotcha.
And then yeah,
Hmm. Yeah, I actually honestly have never seen the Clone Wars, so I can't really. I mean, I've heard.
yeah.
I didn't realize it was hated. I thought some people enjoyed it, But you said there's.
Well, they do in retrospect after like the third season
Yeah.
and it starts getting its footing, right? And that's
Right.
where I'm like, act like probably could have got a little bit of footing. You know what I mean?
Right. But I think it was just so uh, universally trash that no one
Yeah,
wanted to see another one.
exactly.
But trying
But
to
I
think.
think all these companies, their biggest problem, and this is where Marvel succeeds, is that regardless of their shit movies or shows,
Hmm.
Marvel keeps on going because they know the audience will be like, "Oh, well, maybe the next one will be better." You know what I mean?
Right.
Whereas DC and Star Wars seems to be like, "Oh, we fucked up. We gotta go back. We gotta reboot. We gotta start over." You know what I mean?
Yeah.
That's where all the shared universes fail too, like the Dark Universe that failed too because it was too afraid to like keep on going with the Mummy.
Oh yeah, because Tom. Yeah, the Tom. No one liked the Tom Cruise one at all.
Yeah, so but they they were too afraid to keep on going regardless, you know what I
Hmm.
mean? And that's where Marvel is like, cuz you got to think no one really enjoyed the Incredible Hulk until like retrospect, right?
Are we
When it
talking the
first came out it flopped.
which one? I,
2008.
oh, really? You're not referring to the earlier one, Hulk, which was directed by Ann Lee?
Well, that's a different topic, but that's not MCU. I mean,
Right.
it originally was connected, but that's a whole different story.
Right.
Um, no, the Incredible Hulk 2008. That
Okay.
movie
Yeah. Well, of course
flopped
I've
when
seen
it
it, and
came out. Yeah,
it's like it was considered a flop, huh? That's
yeah,
okay. I thought it did reasonably okay. Maybe it wasn't a huge success, but I think it did okay for what I guess.
yeah.
So I
I
guess it was considered a
remember
flop
reading.
regardless.
Yeah,
Oh
remember
yeah. Well,
reading
yeah. It
the
technically
news.
did. Yeah, it technically did. I see where you're coming from. Budget was
Yeah,
150 million. Only made like 134.8 domestically. So rounded off, maybe 135 million if you're lucky. Worldwide,
yeah.
I guess it helped, but I remember
So
seeing it. I'm not. I didn't mind it. But anyways, go ahead. I
yeah,
didn't mean to cut you off.
what I mean is in today's world, they would have like canceled the MCU right there and then
Yeah.
without keep on going, right?
Right.
Whereas Marvel just kept on going regardless because they knew the next one might be good,
Well, plus,
regardless.
well, plus they had Iron Man. That was a huge hit in 2000. Plus, you had a little small cameo
Yeah,
from Robert, from Tony Stark in that movie towards the tail end. I
yeah.
don't know if anyone saw that.
And then I remember people didn't like Iron Man 2, so you had that struggle.
Hmm. I liked Iron
And
Man too. I thought it was still good.
oh yeah, but theatrical like box office wise, people and critically, people didn't really enjoy it at the time. I Marvel didn't hit big until the Avengers.
Yeah, I think Thor and I guess Captain America kind of really jump started the potential for sure because Thor was
Even
definitely successful.
but Captain America didn't do as well. Thor did a little bit well, but not, it didn't do numbers, you know what I mean?
Right. I
But it
mean,
wasn't until the Avengers when people were like, "Oh, well, I see what, this is all about, right?"
right.
And then Iron Man 3 famously did well even though people didn't like it. So,
Yes, of course.
cuz it was coming off of the Avengers hype, right? So,
Yeah, definitely for sure. That was definitely a year after. I think it was a year after Avengers. I'm trying to remember when Iron
yeah.
Man 3 came out. It was definitely either late April or early May that
Yeah. So
I
I
didn't.
think there's
I
definitely nostalgia blindness when it comes to like the MCU, I think.
right.
Yeah.
I did. I enjoyed most of the Marvel movies. I still haven't seen Captain Marvel. I probably never will because Brie Larson's not uh, the way her character was written and some things like you find out how why Samuel Jackson's character Nick Fury got his eye had his eye like that. And apparently,
That
it's
was disappointing because I would have liked like a World War II type of story
yeah,
like
like you
Captain
lost.
America. Yeah, yeah. That would have been better, but it is what it is, I guess. I mean, Brie Larson kind of turned things around. I guess she took the criticism personally.
Yeah, heard recently. Apparently, someone was trying to some little interview. They were trying to goat her, and I guess now she's not taking the bait anymore. Maybe she's turning blue leaf. I don't know.
Yeah.
So if anything, good on her.
I
But
think,
I enjoyed most of the Marvel movies, even if some. I mean, the ones I didn't probably hate, but I didn't really care for was maybe Thor: Love and Thunder. I mean, I didn't mind
yeah,
Christian Bale in it. He was probably one of the highlights in the movie.
that's what I mean. Like, overall, the MCU was okay. But like I said, they kept on going regardless of their flops. They
Mm-hmm.
didn't go, oh, we're going to restart the universe after one or two flops. You know what I mean? Whereas
Right.
DC is like, oh, shit, we fucked up. We got to go back. You know what I mean?
That's understandable. If they fucked up and they feel like it's not going to work, I can understand why they wanted to start from
Yeah.
scratch and reboot it.
Yeah.
I just
But
it'd be nice for a Superman film where you didn't have to keep seeing Lex Luthor. Maybe you can bring Luthor in later at some point, but bring a different villain in for once.
yeah.
And back then, I think if you're going to bring Luthor, you should have at least had a good actor like Bryan Cranston. He would have been absolutely perfect as Lex Luthor,
Yeah.
for sure.
But I think, like, they didn't have to keep the same actors. They could just, like, recast and be,
Right.
like, the same universe, right?
Mm-hmm.
Like, they didn't have to have Ezra Miller. They could have just recast Ezra Miller, and
I don't want to think about that guy.
it's kind of like how Michael Keaton got recast, and
Yeah,
then
after the
just
first.
kept on going with that universe, right?
Yeah,
Or James Bond, same thing. There,
yeah,
it's technically just a recast. You know what I mean?
yeah, yeah. After a certain amount of films, they didn't. Well, either they didn't want to do it, or they were too old at that point. Was one of the two.
Yeah,
But just like I feel like Timothy Dalton, he deserved a third Bond film for sure because he was my
yeah,
favorite. He brought a little more intensity to the role. He was a little more human. You really bought into his intense performance for sure.
yeah.
Because I've seen Dalton in other things. Like I know he was in. Even I don't know, but I'm not a huge fan of the movie, but I thought he was good in it. It was the Beautician and the Beast, where he played the president of this country, and he's like has a very iron grip on the country, and then his beautician, played by Fran Drescher, has to, I guess, softens him up a little bit. Nevertheless, he was good, but I'm trying to remember what else Timothy Dalton was in. I know he was in some movie. I think it was Hot Fuzz. He was in. I've heard he was. It's been a while since I've seen it, but I remember hearing he was pretty good in it.
Yeah. I think this goes with everything though when you think about it, like say like YouTube for example. You just keep
Mm-hmm.
on going. You sometimes you have hit and misses, right? It
Right.
just is, you know. Same with like sports, same thing. People
Mm-hmm.
have hits and misses, you know, but you keep on going.
Yeah, hits. It's not just seasons. It's also players too. You can either hit on a real good draft pick, or you can bust out in the first round, or you can hit on a talented player, but for whatever reason, that player just can't put it together for whatever reason.
Yeah. And you just recast but you keep on going. You know what I mean? So it's
Yeah,
yeah.
yeah, yeah. You don't give up. You do your best not to give up.
Yeah.
So what have you got to lose?
Exactly. And I think that's where all these other universes have failed is because in doing that and rebooting all the time, you lose confidence in the brand because you go, oh, well, I guess they're just going to recast or reboot again. You know what I mean? Oh, we're
Right.
just going to get another Batman, you know what I mean? In 10 years, you know what I mean?
Yeah, you make a pretty good point. It's like anytime something doesn't do well, bombs, or it doesn't meet the studio's expectations. It doesn't always you have to at least figure out if you can continue that universe, and maybe you just got to improve whether it's the actors or just the script in general,
Yeah.
or the director. You know, just gotta have more faith in you and what you're putting out there.
Yeah, and I
Rebooting's not
think
always
that's
going to
where
be the answer to everything.
yeah. I think that's what they're missing is a little bit of faith in their product.
And a bit of consistency too. So yeah.
Yeah.
Just out of curiosity, did you ever see Superman Returns?
Yep.
What'd you think of that one?
At the time I loved it. I think Kevin Spacey has kind of
Well,
tainted it a little bit.
in real life, he is who he is, but
Yeah.
but in the movie, he was a pretty good Lex
Oh
Luthor.
yeah, yeah. At the time, yeah, I thought he was a great Lex Luthor at the time.
Yeah,
But
because
like
it did reasonably okay, but it wasn't a huge hit like they were hoping it would be.
yeah.
And
Even Brandon Ruth in like retrospect, he's like turned out to be good because he came back for the CW and he was probably the best thing of that show.
yeah, he just needed a little bit more time to grow into the role. I think he definitely wasn't the problem. It just the script wasn't all that great. He did the best of what he was given to work with, pretty much. So
Yeah, and that's another example of consistency and not giving up, right?
Yeah,
They just didn't,
yeah.
they didn't have faith in them. So
I just don't know if rebooting Superman was a good idea. Then you jump from Man of Steel to doing Batman versus Superman, which I thought was a really dumb fucking idea. They should have at least done another Man of Steel movie.
That was Warner Brothers thing.
Yeah,
I think they just wanted to rush things.
Yeah, that was rushing things big time, and not in a good way for sure, to put it mildly.
So I think Zach did what he could with what
Yeah.
they told him to do. So
Yeah, I do know that it was. I don't know if it was before or during the when he was doing Justice League that he lost his daughter and whatnot. That must have been pretty hard on someone, to deal with that.
yeah, and then only for Warner Brothers to be like, "F you, we're gonna do the movie regardless." You know what I mean?
Right. Yeah, these are the same people that thought bringing back Amber Turd for the Aquaman sequel and Ezra Miller for the Flash, despite what they fucking did of all things.
Yeah, and yet what gets me about that Flash movie is they recast the father, but they didn't recast Ezra.
Oh yeah, wasn't it Billy Crudup that played the father? I think.
Yeah, and they recast him.
Yeah, you recast the father, but you don't recast Ezra Miller. What the fuck is wrong with you, WB?
Yeah.
If I was going to see it, if Ezra Miller wasn't doing the shit he was doing, I might have gone see it, mainly for Michael Keaton as Batman. And I hear he was pretty good, but I've heard he dies like twice in the movie, where the second time could have been preventable, but you kill him off 2 times. That's I excuse my ranting, but that's
it was more
bullshit.
of a time travel loop thing that they were doing.
Yeah.
So he was dying multiple times because he kept going back in time to fix things. So,
but yeah,
as Flash does, you know what I mean? He always messes with the timeline.
Right.
I guess in the movie he was realizing that regardless of what he would do, Batman still died in the end, type thing.
Yeah. I heard about a post-credit scene. I think it involved George Clooney's Batman, or was it going to?
Not a post-credit scene, but it was at the end of the movie. And that was just a James Gunn add-on.
Well, welcome back.
Originally, it was supposed to be Ben Affleck.
It's supposed to be Ben Affleck, but it ended up being Clooney, right?
Yeah, because James Gunn's notes. That's what has me worried about this new Superman movie.
I didn't know we didn't mention when we talked on night with Gene Hackman, but do y'all have a favorite Gene Hackman role? I don't know. It's going to be kind of,
Lex Luthor?
I guess that could be yours. I really thought he was good in Narrow Margin. I don't know if it's my favorite. I've yet to see The French Connection. I hear it's pretty good. And What is a very notable Hackman performance? I know he's in Unforgiven. I actually haven't fully watched that movie, surprisingly
He was
enough.
in Ants.
Yeah, he was one of the voice. I remember that. In fact, if I recall, Sylvester Stallone was also did a voice over for that movie as well too.
Young Frankenstein.
Oh yeah, I remember. Someone talked about his little cameo in that movie. Um, hmm, what is a good Gene Hackman? A lot of people will say the French Connection was probably the one right there, but I haven't fully watched it yet. So um, I know there's a sequel. He was in that one. That was a good one. He's a good. Well, Zero, what's your favorite? Maybe that can maybe help refresh some things. If you're still in the chat, feel free to mention your favorite role. Maybe
It
that
was
would.
Superman Quest to Peace.
He didn't do too bad. It just unfortunately Canon. Canon created so many fucking problems for that movie. Let's just be honest on that. I think I bought that movie, but I haven't seen it. But I hear it's pretty good. So if that's the case, can you do well? He was good in Uncommon Valor. I don't know. I'm trying to think of. I'm trying to think of all the Hackman movies I've seen. I'm trying to think of the one that really stands out the most. He was really good in Crimson Tide. Let's just say that he was good in that. I honestly don't have a favorite one. I feel like he gave a pretty damn good performance in all his movies. I think I bought the Royal Tenenbaums, but I haven't seen it yet. And but strangely enough, I saw Under Suspicion because I believe Morgan Freeman worked with him on that, and then of course he worked with him before on Unforgiven. So yeah, but a favorite one, boy oh boy, it's gonna be a tough one.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I forgot he was in the Birdcage. Um, just for the hell of it, I'm going to say narrow margin. There, it could change, but I'll just say that for the time being, narrow margin. In fact, I've uploaded clips of that movie, so I don't know if you've seen it, CJH. Narrow margin, you might like that film.
Yeah, I don't think I have.
It's directed by Peter Haynes. He did 2010 Outland. That movie, of course. Stay tuned, and me and Zero and Gabo, we did a live commentary on Zero Cool's channel for Time Cop. He did that movie. I've seen it, but it's been some years. We're talking about Hoosiers, Uncommon Valor, or Narrow Margin. Feel free to. I guess you're not tired just yet, but hey, it's great to see that you're still in here, Zero or John. In fact, I've had 3 Johns here: John Steele, Gone with John, Zero Cool. His name is John, so all 3 Johns. Thank you all.
I have a couple favorite movies.
Of Hackman.
No, just in general. I like Paul, Small Soldiers, Fanboys, and then once you get into superhero territory, it's definitely Spider-Man 2 and The Dark Knight.
I can understand. Well, see, yeah, Spider-Man 2, Dark Knight, the sequels that seem to be considered slightly better than the original, and they have weak third entries for sure. Narrow Margin, yeah. I can actually send you a link where you can watch that for free, actually. If you want, I can probably put that in a link too as well for you, CJH, if you ever want to watch it. It's not a long movie. It's like under an hour and 40 minutes, so.
You'd be surprised what movies are on Tubi.
Yeah, this one actually isn't on Tubi, but it's on Daily Motion. I'm sure you've heard of that site.
Yeah, I've heard of a couple of them. They got rid of one of the good ones. I had The Big Heap.
But also, if I were to, I'm also, if you're still in the chat, we also should redo a live commentary of Leviathan just for the hell of it, just so we don't have that certain person that was on with us. So yeah, I'll go into that in detail if you're still on the chat. I mean, if you're still with me on the live stream. It's a bit of a long story, so. But yeah. I just got to find narrow margin, daily motion. I think you might have it 0, but in case if you don't want to fool with, trying to look for it. Hold on, let me pause. Yeah, that started playing, so I'm going to see if I can send it. I'll actually put the link in the private chat. So let me go find private chat. There you go, CJH. I put a link to the narrow margin. Supposedly it's in HD. I don't know if it's in true HD or in 720, but it's a pretty decent quality for sure. So maybe if you have an account, maybe you might get the full 1080p. I'm not sure. So I'm just giving you the heads up. Oh, yeah. And let me. Okay. I sent you the link to narrow margin on your Instagram chat, Cyril. So, yeah. So you're definitely down for Leviathan. Yeah. I'd be down for that too. Last I checked, it's still on Tubi, but as of now, I don't know. So I don't know if you've ever seen Leviathan before, CJH, Peter Weller, Richard Crenna.
It's not ringing any bells.
It was one of the second of the. Well, there was technically like several deep sea movies, but I think it was Deep Star 6, Leviathan, The Abyss. Those were the 3 that came in theaters back in 1989.
I've heard of The Abyss.
Yeah, that's the only 4K that I bought from Jimmy Cammy. That looked good. That's apparently the best one of the 3 because he had Aliens and then True Lies, and we all know how he feels and how we feel as physical media buyers with his obsession with AI and wanting to perfect things and all that good stuff. Yeah, I'm sure it's still there. There's also a 4K too that they released, and I heard it was pretty good as well. I haven't really upgraded to it yet. It all depends if I feel like it's worth upgrading. But yeah. So I guess after our Street Fighter, we can either do Leviathan or Roadhouse. Which would you rather do? Just let me know. Leviathan or the Tao of Dalton from Roadhouse. I'm sure you've heard of Roadhouse.
Yeah, I've heard of both.
The Patrick Swayze and Jake Gyllenhaal one?
Yeah.
Alrighty. I still haven't seen the Jake Gyllenhaal wall. Roadhouse? Okay, after Street Fighter, we are going to do House. Roadhouse. That's a little Family Guy reference. So, yeah. But yes, Roadhouse shall be next. I even did a little Roadhouse tribute because I did do a commentary, but it ended up me being a solo commentary and didn't exactly. I did the best I could, but I don't think it was a great commentary. So that's why maybe should definitely restart it. Definitely have Zero on there. Gabo wants to come in there. If you want to come in there, you're more than welcome. But if you got stuff going on, that's cool because it's gonna it's gonna be on the Saturday, I would assume, because that's when everybody might be available. So, all right, have a good night, man.
How do you feel about AI?
If it's used right, it could be a good thing. But it's if you abuse it or if it's used in the wrong hands, it could be.
Yeah,
because apparently there was
as a tool, it's nice.
Yeah, as a tool, it could be a good thing. But I was going to say that apparently there's a girl on there on YouTube supposedly. I guess turns out, yeah. Oh, nice. There's some YouTuber, or I thought it was. I don't know if it's a YouTuber, but apparently this person that it's that person's not even real, so it's hard to really say. So,
Yeah.
but you supposedly made this, or was this done by AI or whatever?
This was made by AI through a couple of prompts. It took me a while.
All right, that's nice. Is this how you would do maybe the new Jurassic Park movie if given the opportunity?
No, actually, it. I had this idea when I was younger, like probably late teens, of like this. I wanted to actually more like an alien type, like xenomorph type thing, but this turned out to be better than I
Well,
expected it to. You know what I mean?
yeah,
So
this would be a perfect opportunity for maybe a new Jurassic World type of movie. I know there's a new one coming out this year. I mean, I don't know.
actually, I could see this being, what's the monster in Fallout?
I'm not familiar with that. I was also going to say I thought you were going to go to refer to Dino Crisis or something like that. Maybe
Yeah,
that
I
was a
was
possible.
gonna go with like Fallout. Um,
Yeah, I'm not really familiar with Fallout, so I can't really say much on it.
I think of which one. Kind of like this when you think about it.
But how do you feel about the new upcoming Jurassic World?
Oh, I'm excited for it. I'm
Did you
glad
like
that
the?
they're going back to the island from Jurassic Park 3.
Oh yeah, so okay, so that's I thought it was a different facility, but it's actually
Yeah, no, it's the same one.
it's Site B, huh?
Yeah. Which we knew from the originals that there was stuff going on that island anyway.
Right. I mean, maybe it might be more of a fun ride. I mean, did you like the last one that came out in 2022?
I love
Or
them all, to be honest.
yeah, I mean,
They
honestly,
they're you know they're what you expect them to be, right?
mhm. I kind of feel like Jurassic World was kind of overrated. I know people love that one, but I feel like it's a bit
I
overrated.
I'm glad that well, they were going with a more horror aspect this time around,
For
which
this
I
upcoming one,
did appreciate. They were going back to like how the originals were. And you
hmm
could tell even by the color grading that it feels more like the first three than it does the Jurassic World. Because that Jurassic World has that blue filter.
uh huh,
Yeah.
yeah, it seemed like it was pristine and clean and everything.
Yeah.
But
I've seen someone like change the color grading so it looks more like the original three. And it looks much better as a movie. So sometimes all it takes is like color grading and audio and all that.
yeah, yeah, Jurassic World Rebirth is what I believe it's called. And Gareth Edwards, the guy that did the 2014 Godzilla. So let's hope it's good. Yeah, I don't know how. I mean, the one movie that looks interesting. I mean, it's coming out this month. It's the new Jason Statham movie. I'm just curious how it's The Working Man. I think it's called. I don't know if you ever watched any of his movies. He has one coming out this month called The Working Man.
No, I haven't heard that.
It's coming out in late March, I believe. March 28th, I think it's coming out. And then there was a horror film coming out, I think, next week called Woman in the. Was it Woman in the. The Woman. The Woman in the Yard, yeah.
Hmm.
I believe it's Jordan Peele's doing that movie, I believe. Actually, no, I was wrong. It's actually one Colette Serra, actually. Hmm. For whatever reason, I thought it was Jordan Peele. I don't know why I thought it was Jordan Peele. That's interesting. Was it? No, it's not produced by him either. Yeah, the film that I recently saw Wom direct was actually Carry On. That actually didn't go to theaters. That was actually a Netflix premiere. Pretty decent flick, I must say.
Yeah. So somebody did remove the blue filter from Jurassic Park or
Interesting.
Jurassic World, and it looks much better in the
Right.
private chat.
Okay, I see. Maybe I'll watch it. Hey, I'll be right back. I take a piss.
Yeah. Who's in the chat there? Give me a second. Anyone in the chat? Yeah.
And I'm back.
Back.
And I switched clothes, but I don't have a Superman suit on, so yeah.
Oh yeah, yeah.
So how does 2025 look for in terms of theatrical release movies?
Uh, well, Fantastic Four looks good. I'll say that.
It looks interesting, but I'm not sure about it. I just hope it doesn't screw up like they did with 2015. Even though I don't completely hate that movie.
That's the only one I hate. The
Oh, you
other
hate it?
ones, that's the only one I hate. Yeah, and I don't blame Fox at all. I blame the director.
Oh, really?
Yeah, because well, I covered this on my channel. So the director wanted a body horror movie and
Mm-hmm.
hated comic books,
Mm.
and the Fox wanted a superhero movie because, as you know, Fantastic Four is a superhero project,
obviously.
obviously. So they butted heads, and apparently, I guess a director also butted heads with the actors too.
Yeah, I heard he was really abusive to Kate Mara on the set, apparently.
Yeah, yeah,
Which, yeah, it's definitely unprofessional for sure. And apparently the Josh Trank's wife and as well as himself, they were staying at I guess I don't know if it was a hotel or they were renting something, and they had dogs. And it like messed up the door or something like that. I
yeah.
know it's not exactly important, but there was also some chaos going on with them too. Like I guess they owed money for a messed up door or something. I don't remember what the specifics were. But I know there was like a butting heads of creative trying to figure out what direction they were going to go. So you mentioned that Fox definitely wanted a superhero movie, but he wanted something completely different.
Yeah, he wanted a more body horror movie,
Yeah,
which makes no sense. But you know, he should have just did another Chronicle movie if he wanted to do that.
yeah. I mean, after this, he definitely should have done another Chronicle movie for sure. But I guess because it was through Fox, and I guess that's why. I mean, there was actually a finished script for Chronicle 2 online
Yeah.
somewhere. I don't know if you ever read it. I mean, it seemed like
Oh
it was
no,
interesting. It seemed
I would
interesting,
love
but
to though. Yeah.
yeah, because I don't think Josh Trank has directed anything since then. I assume, right? At
No.
least feature film wise, right?
Yeah.
So yeah, that movie kind of tarnished his career. In fact, at one point he was going to do. I don't know if it was going to be the new Star Wars movie or some Star Wars project, but I guess Kathleen Kennedy saw through that bullshit and
Yeah.
was like, "Nope, I don't want to hire him." So I guess on
Yeah.
her, she probably definitely made the right call on that for sure.
Yeah.
Because sadly, the really good movie that he directed was, of course, Chronicle, and that was well over a decade ago. Sadly,
Yeah. That's pretty much the only good movie he did.
yeah, I think it's mainly due to Dane DeHaan's performance because he was really good. He definitely played a very kind of lonesome and
You know what's funny? I liked him as Harry Osborn. I actually enjoyed Spider-Man.
Amazing Spider-Man
Yeah,
2, I think it was called.
yeah. A lot of people don't like it, but I
I don't hate it, but I feel like it felt a bit rushed, and I feel like there should have been a little bit more development between Harry Osborn and Peter Parker because
if you know the behind the scenes, the studio did interfere with that one.
yeah, they kind of did. I think there's like some scenes where Peter does meet up
Mary
with his.
Jane?
Yeah, there was
Yeah.
Mayor Jane. In fact, should not. I forget how you pronounce her name, but she played Mary Jane. I think all her scenes were completely cut out of the movie,
Yeah.
even though there's like still photos available to see.
Yeah.
I
We
only, I don't.
didn't see I wish they would release the deleted scenes at least.
Yeah, I'm like they couldn't even put them on the DVD or any of the physical media formats, which is weird.
Yeah.
But that is what it is. But I know that there was apparently he meets up with his father, but I don't think it was really his father. I think he was supposed to be Chameleon or something like that. Because it was setting
Yeah.
up the Sinister Six at some point. Because I know in one of the like towards the tail end you see like the Doctor Octopus arms. I don't know who would have played him, but you also have Rhino at the end. I'm assuming he would have definitely joined the Sinister Six as well.
Yeah.
In fact, I remember when the movie ended, there was like some deal made with Mark Webb or something with Fox. They actually showed a clip of X-Men: Days of Future Past, which I thought was kind of weird but interesting, I guess.
Yeah.
But before all the Brian controversial bullshit, I did like most of the X-Men films, especially Days of Future Past. To be honest, I do like the Rogue cut a little better, I think,
Yeah.
because I felt like it was nice to see Rogue, and it actually gave her something to do because I did not like how she was treated in X-Men The Last Stand. I feel like she was a real unlikable bitch in that movie. Let's just be honest.
Yeah.
And I don't like how they handled Cyclops in that movie as well too. But that's like a whole different story right there. I mean, did you ever like X-Men Days of Future Past, or kind of indifferent? Or
I gotta rewatch it because just one of those movies. I don't know. It's like I said, I'd have to rewatch it. I did. I think I did enjoy it. I just, like I said, I just had to rewatch it.
So what do we
Here's
got
some
here?
photos I took.
Nice.
Yeah.
Got some. You got some. Yeah. Got a bit of a photography deal going on, huh?
Yeah.
Definitely a hobby, I assume.
Yeah. Well, I learned some of these skills in college, so
That's cool.
yeah.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. I kept thinking, yeah, you were definitely in Canada. I couldn't remember for sure, but it's been a while. But
Yeah.
actually talked to another person who lives in Canada. His name is Matt or Matt Thomas. I think he lives in Montreal. I think
Yeah.
he was telling me that if I ever visit, he knows of a good pizza place he can take me to. I can't even remember the name of it.
Yeah, we definitely have good pizza up here.
Pizza. It's not Little Caesars, I assume.
No, the where I live, we got Kenny's Pizza, which I like. Napoli's Pizza, which is delicious.
Do they like cook in like a I don't know like a
I'm
firewood
not
type of
sure how they cook it, to be honest, but it's delicious.
delicious and nutritious? It
Yeah.
depends on what you put on there. So yeah,
Yeah.
but yeah, um, yeah. It seems like certain areas in Canada would be nice to visit. You know, if I make time for it. If I depending on when I will use my vacation, maybe I might visit, or maybe I'll visit. Maybe visit
Visit
Ohio and try
after
to.
the war is over.
Okay. Maybe I'll visit Ohio, see what racks taste like.
Yeah.
Similar to Arby's.
Yeah. Yeah. And just, oh. I'm surprised little movie perp hasn't gone live. He's like scheduled a live streaming. Usually is on time,
Hmm.
but yeah,
Maybe something came up. Who knows?
yeah,
Maybe the internet must have messed up too, because the internet, because unexpectedly, depending on what's internet service he has, who knows? Maybe.
yeah. Well, he's
Also,
in Florida, so
oh, he's in
he's
Florida.
also a movie director. Yeah.
Hmm.
Well,
Cool.
technically, he's a TV show director because he directed Apparently Dead from Ash versus Evil Dead,
Oh, really? Nice.
season 3, episode 3.
I have like. I think I have like the first three episodes. I never got the one in 2013, nor the one that came out of I guess what a couple was it a year or two ago? It was one is I think it was a couple years ago. I think 2023. I think.
Yeah.
And I never saw the show, unfortunately. I've heard some interesting things about it, so if it's truly a good show or not. Okay, so it's going to be mostly cloudy tomorrow, so it won't be raining, I guess. It's not too bad.
Rain is good when you're like if you want to take photos and stuff. But other than that, rain is not good.
Oh yeah, I really don't like driving in the rain. In fact, years back I had an accident in the rain. That's
No, that's not
not
good.
so fun. It happened at night too, so that wasn't exactly my favorite deal.
No.
Now, if you're at home, it's not so bad. Driving through the conditions of rain is definitely not fun for sure. Nor, if driving on ice and everything, but
Yeah.
it is what it is. Let's see. Another credit card deal. I don't really care about that right now, unless if my credit score is going to be much higher. So yeah.
Yeah, that's one of the mistakes I made. Credit cards. Even though everyone told me don't do it, I was like, they offer me credit card, and I take it.
when you see credit when they say get some free points and get a vacation, you must accept it.
Yeah. But that's the trap. That's how they get you.
Well, I have cards, but I just do my best to not make insane purchases. I just do with things, just do things within your budget and do with anything in your means. Don't go overboard. I think my brother went way overboard, and his credit score is pretty shitty. So
Yeah. And then it takes forever to bring it back up.
right, it actually went down because apparently, I guess, because I don't have as many accounts or something, which is weird.
Yeah.
I didn't miss a payment. I didn't, I didn't do anything, crazy with anything. I was pretty much on time with everything. But yeah, uh,
Yeah.
it's dropping down because of lack of accounts or the fact that I closed an account because I didn't. I feel like there's too many accounts, and I only want certain cards if they're going to benefit me.
Yeah.
It's funny how I was going to do a CD of do a CD, but the thing was, I mean, the interest rate was going to be high, but I don't know if it was going to be a good idea, mainly because you'd have to, use your debit card 12 times. You had to have a certain amount of money. If it went above that, you definitely wouldn't get the 6%. I mean, the other two rules you would have to follow weren't, necessarily too bad, but it just seemed like
Yeah.
you would have to put a certain amount, spend it, and then you would make that amount. But I don't know if you really make any money doing that. So I thought to myself, I'm not going to do that. I'm just going to. I looked around more for a different bank to do a CD. Definitely found one for sure that had the better interest rate out of all of them in my state, or at least in the city. I mean, there are also online stuff that I've seen, but I don't know if I can trust doing some online banking. Could just you can't really do business with someone you don't know personally. It's better to have a good face to face kind of discussion with someone that's local, that's in your area. And this bank was really pretty good, so I ended up going to that bank and using it for my new CD because I just did this like on Friday, like 20 minutes before they closed. So I managed to get there okay despite the traffic. So
Yeah.
yeah. Really, I want to try to see if it's possible if I get a better high paying position, at where I'm at. I'm definitely going to save up to go for a house, even though that seems like a bit of a long shot.
Yeah.
But if prices do drop and it's possible to put a certain down payment on a house, I definitely want to go for it. But I have to at least keep a just in case option. If I can't seem to get buy a house, I'm going to try to see if I can rent a really good apartment for the time being. I've done it once before, but I'm going to do my best to make sure I have a substantial amount of money saved up to do that, because I was rather impulsive the first time I did it, but luckily I made it through my 13-month lease, all things considering. So yeah.
Yeah.
But I'm back home only for financial reasons, and once I feel like I got enough money saved up, I'm definitely going to be on my own again. I hope for a pretty good while, maybe even forever if it's possible.
Yeah.
Unless if I strike it rich on a lottery ticket or something, or a scratch off, who knows?
Yeah.
But yeah. I definitely want 2025 to be a pretty good year for me, and going forward in the future, I want it to even be better. So we'll see what happens. Just focus on your purpose and your grind. That's what I'm going to do my best to focus on right now.
Yeah.
Improve my physical health, which I intend on doing. I mean, I would have gone to the gym a bit more in February, but I must have done an exercise and I was doing some leg work, and I must have pulled my groin doing that, and that kind of took me out for a while. So that was definitely painful and not fun for sure.
Yeah.
I'm not getting younger, that's for sure. I'm 40 years old, so yeah.
Yeah. I'm gonna turn 30 in the end of uh March, March 28th.
Yeah. Well, definitely enjoy those years as much as you can, especially the last bit of being 29
Yeah,
and 30. Certain things you'll start to feel, like you can't lift as high or something's aching in your body, whether it be somewhere in your chest or your arms or legs.
yeah,
If you have to bend to do something and you may have stretched your muscle for too long or something.
yeah.
So yeah. And what time is it up there as right now? I don't know if I think you're an hour ahead or two.
11:15.
Oh, 2 hours ahead. Damn.
Yeah.
Yeah. Did you have work tomorrow or something?
Uh, Struggling with work right now.
Okay.
I haven't been called in yet.
Sorry to hear, man.
Yeah,
Well, hopefully this situation will get resolved, right?
exactly. Hopefully.
Don't know if anyone else is going to be joining us. I did try to invite someone, but I don't know if they're going to come in. They probably got stuff going on. So the other person, I don't know if you ever met him before. His name is the Soulless Trenchcoat. So,
Yeah.
but I don't know if you saw in the chat, Zero Cool. Definitely, if you want to check his stuff out, feel free. Really cool guy. I've known him since 2019. I think I started interacting with him more. I think in 2020. I think it may have been 2019, but I don't remember. It was definitely 2020 for sure. So
Yeah.
but man, your channel has definitely grown. You have over 5,000 subscribers. That's definitely an accomplishment for sure.
Yeah.
It's way more than what I have done. So
Yeah. I remember when I was my channel was pretty much dead for a while there.
right.
It came back.
Yeah, there was another channel I remember like going to as well. His name, I think it was called At Dawn or something, and
Yeah.
I don't know what happened. It seems like he disappeared. Maybe maybe he had other maybe. Let's go ahead.
Oh my god, the Minecraft thing. Apparently, the villain is called General Chungus.
General Chungus. Is this the movie Minecraft?
Yeah, and suddenly everyone is like, they love it.
They love it.
Yeah,
Wasn't the
it's
trailer?
so
I don't know.
weird. That's what I mean. Like everyone hated the trailer, and now everyone suddenly loves it. And I think it's this poster is what did it.
Oh, really? Okay.
This poster that I'm sharing. That's what did it. People are like,
Really?
yeah, they're excited now.
Now they're all of a sudden excited when they despise. Okay. I never really played Minecraft at all. I know people love it.
The
To each their
internet
own.
is so weird.
One minute they despise you, now they all of a sudden love you.
Yeah, and then they despise it again. But
Are you sure we can? Are they sure they can throw in Miss Piggy or something like that from the Muppets or something?
it looks awesome.
Uh, I don't
It's
care
fun.
much for teach their own. I mean,
Yeah. But it definitely looks like that type of movie. You know what I mean? It's definitely gonna be memed.
probably.
It's gonna be memed to hell.
Yeah, probably, possibly. Possibly.
I think it's gonna be like Morbius. You know what I mean? Where everyone memed the shit out of that.
Oh yeah, I didn't know. I didn't realize people mean the shit out of it, but I know people weren't fond of it. I didn't actually completely hate the movie. It was far from perfect, but it just seemed like
Yeah.
it seemed like maybe it could be a time waster at best. But I didn't realize how. But I would find out some more odd stuff about Jared Leto. How he likes to pull some very odd pranks, and I don't know. And his Joker wasn't very good. I know. I haven't even seen Suicide Squad, but yeah, I don't know if I. I mean, if I do see it, which I do have, by the way, I don't. I don't know how I feel about it, especially when you have Will Simp in it. Especially since what happened a few years ago when he slapped Chris Rock at the Oscars. So
Yeah.
strangely enough, I did see the Bad Boys film, and it wasn't too bad, but I felt like you know the previous entry was a little better, even though the past two movies Michael Bay hasn't directed them.
Yeah.
So when is this Minecraft movie supposed to come out? Is it like
Uh, Not too sure actually.
if it's not this month? I assume it's probably going to be in the summertime. I assume.
Probably.
Yeah.
I will say this: the Daredevil, the Born Again. I don't know how I feel about it.
Is this a new TV show or is this a movie of some kind?
It's a continuation of the Daredevil show, but
Okay.
it's also a reboot. So it's like bigger, more effects, like bigger budget. But you
Right.
could tell that there were definitely reshoots and like there's something missing, but
Hmm.
it's also good. You know what I mean? It
Yeah.
intrigues your interest, but it's also like missing something. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
I feel like the reshoots have something to do with it, where it's like it's probably not their best take.
Hmm. I haven't even seen the original Daredevil show. I can't really say much on it. I do
It was
have
a
the.
great show. Yeah.
I'm sure it is. I've heard praise for it. Same with the Punisher TV show. I heard it was good as well too.
Oh, the Punisher show is like John Berthnall is the Punisher. Like, you know how people were like he used to be Shane from The Walking Dead. I
Yeah.
think he's more like the Punisher than anything. No, he just is that character. It's like how Robert Downey Jr. is Iron Man, or like Hugh Jackman is Wolverine. I think John Berthnall is the Punisher.
Right. But how about in movie wise? Who do you think was the better of the three? Would you say
Of the
Dolph?
movie,
Yeah, Dolph Lundgren, Thomas Jane, or
Thomas
Ray Stevens?
Jane for the movies.
Yeah, I mean, I do like Dolph Lundgren, but I felt like Thomas Jane was better, and he would have gotten that sequel hadn't they? But right after the first one, but I think they kept taking their sweet time, and I guess yeah, I think they were taking their sweet time trying to get it made, and he got tired of waiting. So in comes Ray Stevenson to do it,
Yeah.
and I mean he definitely has the physique for sure, but just sounds like the script is a bit weak. I mean there was it seemed like there was even over the cartoon type of violence in that movie, and
Yeah. But yeah, for me, that TV show was like, I don't get how people can hate it. I just thought it was great.
oh, so it's hated, huh?
Uh, by a small few people. Some people call it woke, but
Oh,
you know
really? I
how
didn't realize it
people.
was
Well, you know how people are on the internet.
right.
Yeah, they throw that word around like it's nothing nowadays. Um, but yeah. I don't even see like other than one moment in season 2, I don't see how people can hate it.
Mm. Yeah. I don't know. I assume it's on. I don't know. Was it Disney
It's
Plus or
on
something?
Disney Plus now, which is weird considering how gruesome it is.
Oh yeah, because
It's
before it
so
was.
weird.
Was it even on Disney Plus before?
It
Or?
was on Netflix before,
Okay, it was on Netflix. That's what I was trying to remember.
but I'm like, there are scenes in The Punisher where it's like, oh my god, this is on Disney.
Then again, Deadpool Wolverine's on Disney. Did you ever like Deadpool Wolverine, or you haven't seen it yet?
Oh, I love that movie, but the Punisher violence is Disney. Deadpool is like Looney Tunes compared to Punisher,
Oh,
the
so
Punisher show. Yeah,
this is definitely more grittier and violent, huh?
yeah,
Damn. So some of this stuff can be almost unrated or NC-17, right?
pretty much. I mean, him gouging someone's eyeballs out, and uh,
Man, we're talking
with
like
Jigsaw, he just takes his face and like on shattered mirror and just scrapes it. Like it's
damn.
and you hear him screaming. It's like, oh
Wow, damn.
yeah,
This is almost like some like a real violent action film in like 28, you know,
yeah.
28 weeks later because of the eye gouging scene. That's where I remember most of that sequel. How do you feel about the new one, 28 years later? That definitely looks interesting. I don't know if you're into those types of films.
Yeah. Uh, yeah. The zombies have kind of worn themselves out, to be honest.
It's gotten a little repetitive, huh?
Yeah. Did
Oh,
you
you
ever
haven't,
see the
oh,
trailer?
the
Hmm?
trailer for that movie?
Punisher.
The Punisher? No, I have not.
Um, the trailer is less gruesome than the actual show, but if you don't mind copyright, you know,
Yeah, yeah. Okay.
uh,
It's plenty of time now that you're home.
Shoot on sight.
The soundtracks kind of remind me of like some of the early new metal music in the day.
yeah.
What do you know about my family?
I don't know anything.
Fair enough. They killed my family to get to me. It's part of a covert CIA operation. The man in charge wants me dead. Homeland. The FBI. Everybody's part of this.
Yeah.
You and me, we want the same thing. So work with me.
On condition. I'm gonna kill them all.
Yeah, I can live with that.
This is weird too, considering that actor's Ben Grimm now.
Oh, he would go on to play Ben Grimm. Interesting.
Yeah. This guy, the skinny guy.
You're gonna see your family real soon.
All right, you can pause it.
Frank.
Yeah.
The Punisher. He's dead. Just look like the work of a dead man to you.
Yeah. If you do get copyright, just dispute it. It's
All right.
Yeah, or cut out this section and edit. But yeah,
Right. But yeah. Yeah, maybe I should give that a shot if I get around to it.
yeah.
I forget how long did that. How long? How many seasons were there?
Only 2, but now Disney is gonna be doing a presentation, so like a short little movie, and it'll be curious whether or not they go as brutal as the show.
Right.
But considering how brutal Daredevil has been so far, I think Disney might have what it takes to go far when it
Right.
comes to violence. I think.
Yeah. One thing I definitely will not see for them, or I don't even know what else is coming out from them, was definitely won't be the new Snow White. That's for sure.
Yeah. Yeah, it seems their kid-friendly stuff sucks, and then their more mature stuff is okay.
Yeah, the only one I saw last year was definitely Deadpool and Wolverine. That was definitely a fun experience for sure.
Yeah, I like their Kingdom of Planet Apes too.
I
They
did see
even
that one. It
they
was
were able to continue the you know uh the quality of those first 3. So
that's cool.
yeah. Romulus, I had to rewatch that because my theater experience was ruined.
Whoa, hello there, Ollie. It's been a while. So, oh, you're definitely not looking forward to that movie too, huh? I thought a lot of people want. Well, not a lot of people do, but yeah,
Which one? Oh, Snow White?
yeah.
Yeah, no one cares about Snow. Well, I'm sure kids will, but it's whether or not the parents take them to it, right?
Yeah, it just all depends on if they even really care to. If there's any real invested interest in it, I don't think there is. I mean,
Yeah. Taco Bell came out with a new Mountain Dew flavor. Baja Midnight.
yeah. And I could have swore it looks like Gal Gadot and Rachel Ziegler. I think they don't really seem to like each other much either. So, from what I heard or saw a thumbnail at the awards, I didn't even or not awards, but it was the Oscars. I didn't even watch the Oscars. I haven't even watched the Oscars in several years. I didn't even see the Will slap moment till like a day after. So yeah.
Hmm.
Yeah, but I've heard the Snow White trailers. They really have a shitload of dislikes. That should be telling right there. Yeah. Oh, so Halle Berry did something interesting. I didn't. Like I said, I didn't watch it, so I can't really say. So I can't really say if it's any good or not. But I know that what's her face? Mike was it Mikey Ant? What was her name? Mikey something. She won. There was like several awards. A certain film won certain awards. It was the sex worker type of movie, Enora, I think it's called, that won most of the awards.
There's a new Easter egg found in Phantom Menace.
Really?
Yeah. After 26 years. This one.
Really? There's an Easter egg, huh?
Yeah. Sharing it right now. George Lucas's face.
Really?
Yeah.
This was never. You think they would have revealed this before? Interesting.
How anyone combed. How anyone even spotted that is beyond me.
They must have had some really sharp vision, that's for damn sure.
Yeah.
But yeah. So definitely, so something interesting happened on the Oscars, and I missed it. But I do know that Conan tried to like rub it in one of the actors from I forget what that movie's even called, but it's a musical, but it seems like it makes Joker 2 look like an Oscar winner. But anyways, I digress. Well, let's see. What we got going on here?
Oh no.
Oh no!
Scientists have bred woolly mice on their journey to bring back the mammoth.
Interesting. Yeah, I forgot the actor's name, but she kissed him in front of his wife. That's okay. Well, I don't know. I know there was a little interesting moment that happened. It was actually with Harrison Ford, like he was eating something behind this one actress. Huh. Okay, maybe I should see it just for the hell of it. Halle Berry. I'll just say. Okay, so it's Adrian Brody. Okay, I see. Damn. So that really did it really piss off his wife? Well, this was back in the 2003. Adrian Brody and Halle Berry getting an Oscar. Okay, so I guess this kiss happened like some years back, and then apparently there was a revenge kiss. Damn.
I enjoyed the new Captain America, but I don't know about you.
I haven't seen it yet. I mean, maybe if I do get around,
it feels more like an Incredible Hulk sequel, and I think that's why I enjoy it. But
yeah, I don't know if that was even originally part of it because I know that it went through a lot of reshoots for sure. I assume the wife was pretty pissed off. I assume. But yeah, if I do see the new Captain America, I'm only going to see on Tuesdays for cheap. That's just me. And
I mean, that's with any movie nowadays. They're all expensive.
yeah, in fact, I can go to if it's still the same price. I'm only going to be able to pay like $5.41. Yeah, I haven't seen a whole lot of. The last film I really saw him in was Indiana Jones and the Dial of Destiny, and I didn't hate the movie, but
I didn't hate it either.
But it was, to me, it was the weakest of the five. I know people say, "Oh, it's better than Kingdom of the Crystal Skull," or "Kingdom of the Crystal Skull was shit and crap." It wasn't that bad.
I had to see it twice because the theater, the projector died, and we got a refund, so we went. To see
damn!
It again. Yeah.
But yeah, he's like 81, and he's also, it seems like to me he's a bit more miserable, and like Wildman Beyond would say, he needs to get off the fucking Pineapple Express. Stop being so grumpy.
I don't know if he's grumpy, but he's definitely high all the time.
Yeah, it just seems like, can he at least be sober for once? Be naturally happy.
Well, they say he's got a stash.
Oh, really?
Yeah. He's apparently he grows his own. Yeah.
Well, good for him. Maybe he'll fly some more of his stash on his secret plane because he likes to fly. Maybe Tom Cruise can help him out on that too. I'm surprised they never made a movie together.
Yeah. I think Harrison fit more for the Red Hulk than I can't see William Hurt ever being the Red Hulk.
Mm,
I just can't see it.
well, yeah, I suppose that's true. But he never got the chance because he had died a few years
Yeah.
back. So,
Yeah.
but do you think William Hurt was better in that role, or do you think Harrison Ford was better, or
I think Sam what's his name? Sam Elliott was the best.
probably so? I can understand that because he had more of a tough guy persona, and he's pretty old himself. I think he's in his 80s. I think probably a little
So
older than Harrison.
for classic Thunderbolt Ross, Sam Elliott. But for Red Hulk, Harrison.
Actually, no. Sam Elliott is like I think a year younger. Actually, shockingly enough.
Harrison just has that face for the Red Hulk. You know what I mean?
Yeah, yeah. In fact, Harrison Ford is 82. Still can't believe. Well, yeah. Yeah, he might eventually forget. So, you never know. Maybe he should retire. Yeah, I mean, didn't he even speak about retirement, or am I thinking of something else? I know he's definitely not getting any younger, that's for sure.
Yeah.
It's just too bad he doesn't like Han Solo, because I know that even before they did The Force Awakens, I remember someone I don't know if it was Kimmel or Conan. They were asking him something about him. He got all pissed off about. I thought he was playing it off like a joke or some kind of prank, but I don't know. So, who really knows? But hello, Ollie, if you're still in the chat.
Yeah.
But yeah. So now you've gone cosmic now, Ollie. Now you're making me think of that song from Jamiroquai, Cosmic Girl. If anyone remembers that, that artist. I only have his self-titled debut, so yeah. I think it was called Traveling Without Moving. But looks like there's no people in the chat, so yeah. But then again, I don't know if that theme's ever accurate. So, but sometimes even the comment chat on the stream, it might be a tad slow. So yeah.
Yeah. You gotta wait till that 2-hour mark, or
What, to end it, you mean?
yeah, we're almost there at 2 hours.
I'll see what happens. Did you get going or something, or?
Not yet, but I'm surprised. That guy hasn't gone live yet. He's like,
Oh, the guy you were telling me earlier?
yeah, he has it scheduled for 10:30, but now it's 11:43.
Yeah, something obviously happened. I really don't know for sure what happened, but
Yeah. Yeah, I've done that before where I've scheduled live streams and then never follow through. But he usually follows through, so it's weird. Although, keep in mind he's been streaming 3 days straight.
yeah, maybe he
for
needed a break.
14 hours. Yeah, he probably maybe fell asleep or something. You know what I mean?
Yeah, sometimes. Yeah, I don't. Do you know how old is the guy? Do you know? Probably older than me.
No, but like I said, he's a director, but he looked young.
Oh, he looks young. Okay, well, I can't really say. Maybe he had an off day. Maybe he didn't have enough sleep.
Well, I mean, like I said, he's been streaming for 14 hours.
Oh, 14 hours each day?
Yeah.
Yeah, that can definitely take a toll on someone, so I imagine that's what happened. Maybe he just got tired and, you know,
Probably passed out or something.
it happens.
Did you read any comics?
Are you referring to now or back in the day?
Collect anytime.
I have some X-Men comics, yeah. Not all. I don't have a whole lot of them, but I have some X-Men, and well, there's somewhere. I think they're in storage as of right now. So yeah.
I've been thinking about framing them and putting them up on the wall.
Yeah, who knows? Then you might. Do you think you'll keep them, or you might try to see if you?
I'll probably keep them, to be honest.
Okay, I didn't know if you were gonna try to wait a certain amount of years, and maybe they might be worth something. So
Yeah, maybe when I'm like 50 or something.
yeah, this comic book is worth 500,000. So.
I say that, and then I sold like a good chunk of the physical media for money, so because I was low on money, and I had bills to pay, so and I had to
Yeah,
get
I
food.
understand that.
Yeah.
Food bills, yeah. If it helps
That
the
comes
bills,
first.
might as well. Yeah.
But yeah, I'll head out. It's good
Okay.
talking.
Well, thanks for staying on, man. I appreciate that.
Yeah. Yep.
Oh, take it easy and you have a good night, man. Sleep well, okay?
Yep. All right. Bye.
All right, later. Okay, well, looks like it's just me. And I have no idea how long I'm going to go on for. I have 0 people watching. Maybe I should go ahead and end it just for the hell of it. You know, I think people are out there doing stuff, and we'll see what happens. Okay, how can I make this a little less boring? Maybe if I was a comedian, maybe I can tell some jokes. Who knows? Does anyone expect my shelf to have a shelf life? Will that have a shelf life of 50 years? Let's see if we can knock on wood. Maybe. As long as it doesn't get thrown around when I'm moving out of this place. So, yeah. Well, yeah, we'll see. Maybe I'll wait till 2 hours and 5 minutes and maybe I'll stop. I don't know. I don't think anyone else is going to come in. Yeah, it's not exactly Wednesday. It's not exactly a Friday night, you know. People are out there doing their own thing, you know. Can't blame them. This was Friday night, maybe, but, you know, for all you, my lovelies who don't want to stay out night and party, you know, it's one thing. But hey, you know, live your life the way you want to, if it's what you want to live for. That's all I can say. But yeah. Yeah, I better not eat anymore because it's late and I'm just better off just keeping myself hydrated, which is what I'm doing. this lovely Stanley Cup. Damn it, this is kind of a nice little blue color, wouldn't you say? And no, this is not Stanley Steamer. And besides, it's not yellow as well, too, so yeah. That one person might be in and out, probably. But yeah. Yep. 2 hour, 5 minute, and counting. If that person doesn't reveal who they are, for all I know, it might be someone that I want nothing to do with. I don't know. We'll see. Maybe I'll wait another 5 minutes and see what happens. Curiosity gets the best of us. So yeah. But then curiosity killed the cat too, so who knows? Okay. What to do? That's a fail. Well, at least I caught it. I was trying to. I don't have anything to toss. Maybe I should do some juggling. No, I probably would suck in that department. So yeah. Well, now I have supposedly 2 people, but I don't know if they're going to stick around for long. So we'll see. We shall see who wants to stick around. Or should I do the quote from Predator, where Arnold's character throws the knife and says, "Stick around." I'm surprised you didn't follow up with and don't follow around or some bullshit like that. So yeah. Alrighty. Okay. Alrighty then. Alrighty then. I'm sure you know where that's from. You know what? Maybe I should do some quotable lines. Maybe that might keep y'all entertained. So we'll see on that. Let's see if anyone said anything. Nope. Still, well, actually down to 1. It might drop down to 0 for all I know. But yeah. Trying to let's think of a quotable line. What is a... Damn, I need to... Let's see, what can I think of? I'll start with the most obvious one. No, I am your father. I'm sure y'all can guess that. For the one person that's watching. To do. What's another quotable line? Come on. The truth is out there. I got one. I like it shaken, not stirred. Okay. What can I do? Excellent. The mind control device is completed. Tell Matsuma that one good hand job deserves another. I don't know. If it bleeds, we can kill it. I feel like he's cutting off my dick and shoving it up my ass. Frank Castle is dead. Call me the Punisher. Oh, no, that's giving the title away. Start shooting anything that comes through that door. Bad vibrations? Now kneel before Zod. Oh my god, that's terrible. That's why they call them terrorists, Kent. Okay, what's the most quotable one for the next one? I can't think of any. Destroy. Destroy Superman now. Still thinking on it. Maybe I'll wait till 10 o'clock and then I'll stop for sure. I'll actually stop there. Okay, what's a quotable one from this? It's a classic. Well, it's a classic in my opinion. Like we can't spend a normal day together. That's one right there. Let's get you wired. I'm sure you might know that one. Smoking. I'm sure you know that one. Quotable movie from that. Quotable line, damn. I'm trying to think of one. And it's been a while since I watched this one in particular. I want you to have to know that I have the Japanese Laserdisc of all 5 Planet of the Apes movies. Laserdisc. Okay. I think that's the one distinct line I remember. I'm sure there were some quotable ones, but I can't remember off the top of my head. But I figured I'd throw that one in. So, why not? I'm sure you know where this is from. Just for the hell of it. Okay. This is going to be a quote from a Gene Hackman movie. I'm the commander of this fucking ship. Give me the damn key. I'm sure you might know that one from. Less than 2 minutes. I'll probably end it. I doubt that anyone else is going to want to come in here. One person that's watching might is probably someone that's not exactly a fan of me, or I'm not a fan of that person, so who really knows? Let's see. Okay, where are you? Okay. Oh, there's some interesting little update on the channel I watch. So after less than a minute, I'll probably go ahead and end it since it looks like no one else is going to want to come in. Can't blame them. I'm certainly running out of ideas to talk about, and no one else is definitely going to join me from the looks of it. So, I understand. It's a Wednesday night, middle of the week. Some people will refer to the middle finger as the middle of the week, which I think is interesting, but hey. It is what it is. It is what it is here now. Damn, I poor attempt at doing a southern accent. So. Oh yeah, the fucking owners of my team. Yeah, the Joneses. Yeah, all I got to say about you, Jerry and Stevo, kiss my ass. You clearly have no fucking idea what you're going to be doing in this next fucking year. Oh yes, let's resign our own guys because we're a bunch of fucking morons that don't know how to run a franchise or run a sports team. Yeah, y'all both should just step down. That's all I got to say. Because otherwise, I do a better job than the two of you combined. Just to be fair on that. But it is what it is. Thanks for stopping by, whoever was on the chat, and for all you lurkers, thank you for watching, and thank you CJH for stopping by. It's always been a pleasure having you on, and I guess I'll see you on the next stream, whenever that will be. Take care and have a good one. Bye bye. Oh, I guess yeah. Okay, hey Quinn. Now, if you want to come in the back room, feel free, and I'll send you the link. So, alrighty, take it easy, folks. You have a good night. Bye bye.